Here's another story that is making headlines. Target basically losing more than $9 billion in market value in just 1 week. It's all about the backlash over pushing Pride Month merchandise for children. So this isn't about bathing suits, okay? This is now child's clothing. The retail giant said earlier this week it was removing some items from its stores and making other changes to its LGBTQ merch nationwide ahead of Pride Month. But the damage may be done.
They do it because they're stupid. They don't understand that their core business is not offending half the people of America. And they keep doing it because they hire these young 20-something-year-old marketing geniuses who think that their real job is to go out and sort of pander to people on the extreme fringe. And in doing so, they alienate a whole lot of the customers in flyover country. These companies have lost their collective minds.
Now, I haven't stepped foot in a Target with my children since all of this hoopla has started, but it would be bad enough to try to explain to my children why women's bathing suits have extra room in the crotch. I mean, that's bad enough. Actually, Tyrus last night on Gutfeld, I was on with him, said that he was in a Target with his 9-year-old, and she saw it, and so explanation was, that's where you put your goggles. I thought that was brilliant. Anyway, honestly, children and LGBTQ, it's a very adult content, and now they're pushing it in stores. It makes me afraid to go shopping, Charlie.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. And I'm no expert on Target. I've never darkened the doorway of a Target. I don't need cheap junk from China, so I don't shop there in the first place. But that said, it is insane that these companies try to, in the name of inclusivity, try to push this stuff on kids. It's about indoctrination more than it is about even making a bottom line. And it's interesting when you look back. It used to be the companies spent millions and millions of dollars every year studying their customers and figuring out what their customers want. And they've thrown all that out the window, and they don't care anymore. They would rather lecture their customers and push creepy agenda items on their customers, and it just seems like an insane way to do business.
Leslie, I mean, I just saw flip-flops. I don't mind the flip-flops. My kids love rainbow colors. It's just, there's a line, you got to draw it.
Listen, I live in California. I had no problem with it. I have 2 teenagers, and if you guys think going into a Target and looking at rainbows is scary, I'll give you my 2 teens for a week, and you'll circle back and think otherwise. Here's the bottom line. There are children. We say children, children, children. LGBTQ people have nieces, nephews, grandchildren, children, and some of those children are part of the LGBTQ community as well. We have, and I'm not likening them all the same, but we do have St. Patty's Day merchandise at Target, African American History Month. I've seen female power. I've seen all this stuff. So I don't think Target is trying to put their political message out there. Obviously, they pulled the merchandise, so their message is we like money. They don't care about woke. They don't want to go broke. That's my new line. But I have to say, look, I would agree with Charlie to say you got to look at who your consumer is when you're a business owner, whether I agree with their decision or not to put it out or to pull it. But I don't understand the offense to the rainbows. Are people as offended to the alcohol aisle or to the aisle that has over-the-counter medication that kids can OD on as well? Come on, folks. We need to put it in perspective.
Yeah, I don't think it's the rainbows. I just think it's the message. I mean, I think, an alcohol section we've been used to, but I think it's just the trans thing that it explains to children who may not have a trans uncle or a gay sister. I have a gay sister, but I don't have to talk about sex with my children. They're children. And that does bring up a conversation about sex. And I think that is the problem in Target stores or in schools, quite frankly, talking about this kind of inappropriate topic. But anyway, Leslie Marshall, thank you, and Charlie Hurt, great to have you both. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.